In the first season you saw us setting up this tent, which was a massive upgrade by then. However, the tent started deteriorating massively over time. The canvas is falling apart, the frame is not sturdy at all. So we will try to find a way to fix it in this episode, but first we will harvest some vegetables at Nuno's farm. Welcome to a new Project Camp update.
Today, some of us are heading over to Nuno's farm to help with the harvesting. We're bringing some crates to collect our own fruit and vegetables. It's not the first time we've been here, but it's always nice to have a tour of the farm. So first up, the animals. They are an important part of the farm, as the manure is used as fertilizer. Welcome to Nuno's regenerative farm. Nuno, what kind of farm is this?
What kind of farm is this? It's a bit wild farm, a mixed farm between gardening, orchard, and a lot of different things. It's an ecological farm. Because we leave space for everything. We have pieces of soil digged, we have grass, we have dry things. So we have trees, small shrubs, worms, a bit of everything. Yeah. And so everyone finds a bit of food here. And then it generates an harmony. Well, a lot of food remains for us still as well.
Nuno's goal is to create a farm as an ecosystem that is self-sustaining, creating space for multiple types of vegetation, insects and wildlife, and therefore creating a more resilient ecosystem. This is called regenerative farming, which we already saw in Update 90. The principle is to create rich soil and diversify crops, so there is no need for chemical inputs to fertilize and protect the plants from pests. We are excited to help out and learn from him. But we came to kelp harvesting, so here we go. After a few hours of harvesting, we filled up the crates and we're ready to head back to camp. Nuno, are you happy with the harvesting help?
Yeah.
Good.
It's good.
There are loads of strawberries there. I'm very hungry. Until next time. Everything we need.
After the harvest we have a lot of tomatoes and we thought it would be good to make some sauce for the pizza night. But first we are going to renovate the tent.
So here we are at a white tent. You can see it is totally breaking down and we're doing a fix on it. This white tent has been here since the first season of Project Camp. It has been giving a great service to the camp, so much that it becomes a very messy warehouse. On top of that, the biggest problem is the intense sun and rain that ruin the canvas. It has many holes, we already patched some of them, but it's still very ripped, which also produce a lot of microplastic, not good for the environment. Maybe not the best solution for the outdoor. Besides that, the frame is getting wobbly and unstable, so we need to fix that too. Before start, we need a new top, so Dave and Arjun went to a truck scrapyard to look for a second-hand one. There's a lot to choose from, but it was hard to find one in good condition. Finally, we found a blue top, which is very dirty but still in good shape. We put it in a pickup and went back to camp. Now we can start working. So on the top, we found a lot of these stainless steel bracket, which is still quite usable and quite strong. But the thing is, they are secured by really rusty screw that is unreleasable. So I guess we have to grind it out. One out. This top actually comes with a lot of these roller metal parts. Need to be removed before we can reuse them.
It's complicated to take it out.
Tricky, time consuming, rusty, but doable. Now that the wheels and buckles are out, we can measure the top. So after checking on top, we found there are different parts with damages. So these are the area that we will be avoiding. So we did some measuring on the size of the top, and it has 13 meters long and around 2.7 meters high, and we are going to see how we are going to cut and use it. In order to do that, we need to clear the old white tent so we can measure it too. Thanks, Julie. Now, some last measurements. So now we have measured the roof size, and then now it's come to the cutting of the banner. Exciting! Yes. Okay. We have put the top onto the structure, but there's a lot of dirt on top of it. So we decided we need to clean a bit, otherwise we worry the mud will actually break the sewing machine. So with a material that big, it's very difficult to push into the sewing machines. So this is one attempt on rolling it both sides so it can enter the machine. So we can do a stitch and a middle right here. Not sure if it works, we'll see. So because the material is super big, we need a big platform to put it on to do the sewing. So the only big and flat surface is the platform of the kitchen. So let's try to work it here.
You are totally done.
All right, back to the field.
So now we have put the machine here and the material is inside the machine. Now we try to sew. Whew. I can't use the sewing machine in a proper way. The canvas is too big to push in and it's very thick. So I had to steer it by hand so the needles won't break. This is the most frustrating moment in the whole season. So we broke one needles already, and we are now using our last needle. We only have two. If it breaks, we have to do hand stitching. So we just did one stitch and now we're going to turn it around and do another one. It is very difficult and exhausting work. It took us 4 hours just to sew 6 meters up top, and we are still not very happy with the result. So the sewing machines appear to be really struggling on doing the second stitching. So I think we need another approach. So instead of sewing, we're now trying a different approach, which is using rivet and putting a spacer underneath it and to pull 2 layers of fabric together. Let's do it. Whew, it works. And now we have one big piece of fabric. So I guess this is time to say goodbye to the white fabric.
He's recording this.
Yes. Now we need something to attach it to the ground. So these are 2 of the seatbelt taken out from the yellow van, and we're trying to take it apart, get the strap out, trying to use it to strap it down the tent. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we have cut this double-sided part so we can use it as a strap to hold the tent down. So we are making this little tab to goes underneath the top for it to grab onto the metal frame. So now we are attaching it. Now the top is attached to the frame. Seems it will hold and not fly away. We hope so. So now almost the final part is to add this strap onto the top, so it will act as a pulling force to hold the whole tent down. Last step, we'll be putting the legs and fasten the tent to the ground, so it's tight. With the buckles we got from the top, it is super easy to do. The last strap is down and it is done. Yay!
Nice work.
So the old white tent is gone. It has been very useful for us, but besides the structure, the fabric isn't going to last much longer. Now it seems like a comeback to life with this blue top. The material is thick and resistant. It's quite difficult to work with, but we manage. Feels like it's gonna last forever, and we have some leftover material so we can use it for the next project. Let's see. It is great to give a second life to this material, although we have to throw away the white top. Even the old yellow van seatbelt have a new use, and the space underneath is now empty and ready for new use.
Super cool tent. And now we are going to the kitchen to make some tomato pulp, and for that we need Dorian.
So today we're making tomato pulp. We got these lovely tomatoes from Nuno's farm, and then we have a lot of tomatoes for pizza night.
First thing to do is to boil water to sterilize the bottles where I put the tomato sauce in.
So now that we boiled our tomatoes, I'm going to blend this with this mixer, and the next step then would be to fill it into the bottles. So let's go.
Now I need to fill up the bottles where the sauce is hot. So then it cools down and creates a vacuum. So there's no more space for bacteria to grow inside, and it stays good for a longer time. And now, after collecting the tomatoes at Nuno's farm, and after a long week of work, we can enjoy this tomato sauce at pizza night.
It's a hard, yeah. It's for the video. Yes! Oh, so good! I still have work.
What job is this?
Why did you take your pizza out of there?
Right, this was it for this update. If you want to already watch the next update, you can support us on Patreon. And if not, you can see us next week, same time, same day. Ciao!